asking it to do something that a new computer should do.
If I had a PC and I asked your PC to only open a program in iOS, it would be like, fuck you, I don't do that. This at least this converts itself automatically in some capacity. Yes, it takes a few extra seconds. I have to go and close out different applications in order to bring it up. But it works just dandy like, okay? Look, and hey, you see me this week, right? Huh?
That's debatable. Well, that's because you fixed your internet.
Yeah, that's because you bought a 50-foot Cat 6 cable. You bought one of those like old time Elmer Fudd like screw tools that like you have to like jimmy, and you created a corkscrew from your basement to your first floor, like a little like mouse hole. You fed it through.
He hand core drilled his home.
Yeah.
Actually, I went even more low tech than that. Even more hillbilly. It's actually just dangling down the stairs right now. I told Maria, listen, I'm gonna run it through the ceiling eventually, which is code for I'm never gonna run it through the ceiling. It's just every Thursday when I get on with you chuckleheads, I'm just gonna dangle it down the foyer banister and do it this way, and it'll be fine.
Dude, at the house in Big Town, I fucking ran like, I don't know, like 75 feet of fucking licking stick, like straight just regular conduit. Like I was like, nope, I'm just running it up this wall and up these stairs and around this banister. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Had my one of my technicians cut me like 100 feet of Cat 6. Like that should do it.
Terminate the end, test it, voila, yeah. Bam. Yeah,
bam, we're good.
It loses its 150 feet, 100 or 200 feet, I think. So when it stops being,
as you start to get
dorkiest
video and shit, 300 feet.
No, but before you got on, Murr, while your computer was loading this Riverside application that we used, Alan said, "What's he doing? Feeding the hamsters that make that goddamn Mac go on the hamster wheel?"
I said I could only presume it's the one from Zoolander with the colorful plastic cover that they're banging on with the files in the computer. Yeah. I thought it was like that's the only explanation it could be. Is the oldest Mac still functioning?
I've got a lot of stuff open on this computer that I don't want to close as well. That is factored in, like all the editing software, because if I close it, then when I get the hankering to come down and just go ahead and start editing, if I have to open up all the applications, we're looking at like 5 minutes. I don't want to deal with that. So I leave my editing software open at all times so that I can edit at a moment's notice.
Just buy a new fucking computer.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we're doing fine.
Computers
you can sell the Mac for like some jackwagon will pay an exorbitant fee for an antique Mac because you guys are fucking weird, and I'll build you 2 computers that are double the speed.
Look,
with that money,
I'm not. Listen, I know. Okay, you know my political persuasions, but I'm not on their team. I participate in their game, but I'm not on their team. With the Apple.
You give us a budget.
You're one of the, yep.
Give us a budget. Have the stuff shipped to my house or Alan's house. Me and Alan will split a 12er, and we'll build you a goddamn rocket ship. And we'll put boosters on the side and like a carrier pigeon that you taught me. Be like, oh, Andrew Murr's house.
Think about editing, and it'll edit for you.
That's right.
Like that, I'll build you, and it'll cost you like fucking $500.
Okay. Bottom line is, I don't care what you're saying. I've used PCs in the past. I'm aware of how. No. Listen, I'm aware of how they work. They are. I'm at a point in my life where I don't feel like going through the process of, oh, hold on, I have to go in now and I have to find my settings for my volume here. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I've got it on the wrong port here. Hold on. Let me go back into the ATP server here. No, the Mac just says, like, you want to use this or use this? I want to use this. There you go. Yes, it's a little slow because it's a 7-year-old computer, but beyond that, it does everything I fucking want it to. My kid wants to edit a video. I hit AirDrop. Boop, done. It's on my computer. I can edit it for him. We're there. I like it. It's fine. I'm not Team Apple. It's just easier. That's why people buy them.
You literally described the exact fucking pretentious Apple person that me and Wes were talking about before you got on. You were literally like, I'm not Team Apple. I just love that everything's in one ecosystem, and it makes it so easy for me, this artist.
No, you're
Photoshop.
Wait a second here.
All of you Apple motherfuckers, I swear to God. So it's like, how would I run Photoshop on anything but an Apple? Like,
pause. Hold on. I'm not attacking me. You're attacking me from your PC perspective.
Look, I'm attacking everyone like you, and you confirmed
everyone like
it.
me. I'm saying I can use
ease. We let you walk yourself into the confirmation.
I can use a PC. The last time, this is where I flipped out on the PCs and I was done with them. When Windows 10 came out and I bought a new computer and I'm like, well, what's this shit? Why is this open every time I open the computer? How do I disable this? Oh, I can't disable this. Oh, I'm supposed to sign up for a 3-month free trial for this? Fuck you, fuck all of this. And then I felt like I had all these fragmented files everywhere. And again, I am not as computer savvy as you fuckers are. The computer software that I used when I was in radio was all super specialized to that industry. So yeah, I got behind the curve. So when it was time to buy a new computer, I said, I want a computer that just does what I need it to do. Boom, here's the Mac. Thanks, Mac. Thanks, Apple. You're welcome. And here we are.
I'd be okay with you just getting a new Apple.
That's fine. I will do that.
I think that's a lot of the problem is that it's like, I'm on an i3. We're like 8 generations past that chipset.
If and you're being a little bit of a twat on this as well, because we're using Google Chrome, okay? It's the only thing that this will operate on. And Google Chrome is not in any way, shape, or form formatted for an Apple computer. But it's doing it. It's doing it.
Barely.
It's doing it fine right now.
You do look good.
Either way, you look better.
Yeah.
But that's not a function of the computer. That's a function of the internet. We are sidetracked here.
So it's not the computer.
Do better.
Get yourself some duct tape. Get that Cat 6 covered, okay? Or some raceway or some cable hider, whatever. Get it, jerry rig it, cut it, snip it, cut it out, Dave Coulier it. But this is what I think, is that sometimes I lived with a Mackie, okay, if you will. And he treated his laptop as if it was like an old lawnmower that never failed him. This old snapper here, this thing's been cutting my lawn since the 70s. No problemo. And then, after a year of complaining about just how it wasn't effective anymore, I don't know, just it turns off the power. If I don't have it plugged into the wall, it goes out after 20 minutes. I don't know, the space bar is kind of funky. I don't know. And it's just like, man, it's a fucking 10-year-old laptop, bro. You spilled fucking thousands of beers on it. You've probably looked up God knows what. I don't even want to know. I don't even know if I'd be your fucking friend if I knew all that stuff that stays in your bedroom. So yeah, man. But anywho, glad you're hardwired. Middle class.
You look great.
You look good.
Look sharp.
You look good. Other than the fact that both of you guys are kind of sick.
This is what's driving this. I was sitting there like this fucking dinosaur with computers firing up, and this guy's just over there like, my editing software's on this dinosaur Mac. I can't possibly change it. I was irate over here just waiting for you to fire this computer up. So that's really where it comes from. It's a hate.
It's fine. Listen,
but a love.
I had 103-degree temperature last night. I sweat through every single piece of cloth that's attached to my bed. The pillow. This was what was great. This is how I knew I was in bad shape, as I sweat through the pillow, and I was like, and when I say sweat through the pillow, I was being facetious. Like, you don't really sweat through a pillow, do you? Well, I turned the pillow over, and when I went to lay down on it, I was like, oh, that's moist as well. How did that happen? So then I had to change pillows. And now I'm pretty sure that pillow is full of disease. So I'm going to have to find a new pillow to use this evening.
That's my concern. That's what the concern is on the horizon for the next 12 hours for me. Yep. And I'm like, like I took a little nap, like I ate, and I was like, all right, let me sleep and see if I'll wake up and this will be okay. And I woke up and you guys were chit-chatting, and I was like, balls. Like, this is gonna suck.
Well, I had a pretty nasty just a head cold Sunday, Monday, and a part of Tuesday. Wasn't full blown sick, wasn't really running a temperature, but definitely just like, man, this might get shitty. It didn't, and I just I just hit the emergency and the vitamin C chewables and the vitamins and ate well, slept well, hydrated. And I feel pretty good now. I can blow a mean snot rocket now. I mean, in the morning, it's still like, so maybe that's what you have to look forward to.
Load up on the hydrochloroquine.
That's right.
It's really hammered out there.
I don't know. It's me to hydro something or another, but I sprayed some shit in my nose that it literally they tell you can only use this for 3 days in a row and then you're fucked. And it basically it burns your nasal passages, so that they're not inflamed anymore.
Afrin.
Yeah. Something I don't know. It's and we don't buy
risky though.
We don't buy name brand in this house.
Well, neither do I. But I know I have a bottle with the it's the menthol version over there. Whew, that thing really fucking does a number on you.
Man. It's in there, dude, and I can feel it burning away the sinus cavity right now. But look, I'm drip free for the moment. But when it comes back, it's just gonna be a steady flow. Work was fun today. I was blowing snot rockets all over Elton.
See, the problem is I don't have any of that. I'm not really stuffy or anything, but I've just been having my head feels like a balloon. You know what I'm saying? There's a little lightheadedness, and I'm or I make a quick movement, and I'm like, whoa, yeah. So we'll see how this pans out. Wow. I might fucking blow my brains out by the end of this week.
Hey, well, maybe Murr will get you a new Mac, and that head will fucking blow off himself.
Well, at the very least, it'll fucking save us time.
Yeah. Middle class souls, everyone. Sick Murr, sick Alan, not so sick Wes. Man, dude, I had when you guys, full disclosure to the listeners and watchers, we were debating whether or not we were even going to record. Alan was like, well, shit, I don't know. And I was like, well, we can do a 2-man show. We can do abbreviated show. Let's do an abbreviated show. I was hitting you guys up saying, can we just delay this 10 minutes? Because I've had a fucking crazy, crazy evening. So here it goes. Get a call. Mom Dukes broke her wrist. All right. Small dislocation that chipped a bone in her wrist. She has this giant it's like a tub, a plastic tub that collects rainwater. Then she hooks up a hose so she can get cheapo water to water certain plants. But if it fills all the way up and starts overflowing, she likes to push it over. So it's the stagnant water. Well, it's 150 pounds. So she pushed it, but not all the way to a point where it would fall over, and it teetered back towards her, and she put her hands out to brace it, and bam. So I got that to deal with. I know I'm probably going to have, at the very least, a few days worth of helping her out, grocery shopping, getting some shit rearranged in the house. And probably for the next month going up, it's not that far, 45-minute drive, but being, the good son that I need to be. I get home, I'm cooking. Sarah comes back from an afternoon at the salon. And mind you, this is a new stylist. Okay. Her old stylist moved away. And I understand. Yeah, you said, I said too, because women don't like doing that. You find a stylist and an OB, you fucking cling on. Women will drive hours for an OB and a good stylist. And that's fine. I'm not knocking it. That's just.
Wait, what's an OB?
OBGYN? Hoo-hoo.com.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like, they were styling a whole different part of her body. I apologize.
Yeah, well, I said maybe if someone does a Brazilian or something, you get a wax done.
It's the abbreviation for the old Brazilian.
The
OB.
Oh. Alan was saying he might not be on tonight. I don't know. This is
pretty solid.
This is like Jordan.
This thing just keeps on trucking.
This is like Jordan in the flu game, bro. All right.
See, just like an old Mac, just won't shut down.
So reliable.
So, I think I know. I knew what was going to happen. Already on the wrong foot. They go into with a new stylist already kind of expecting something to be fucked up, because for years your hair was done the way you wanted it to be done. And they spend a lot of money on it. Right? They go 2, maybe 3 times a year. So she comes in just she fucked it up. She cut it too short. She dyed it all the way to the root. I didn't want it that done. And I was like, oh shit, man, damn, I'm sorry, baby. I think you still look amazing. And then she's like, I got to go take a shower. I got to go take a fucking shower. I got to get some of this shit out of my hair. So while she's in the shower, I'm grilling, cooking. The dog, mind you, we live in Baltimore. Baltimore has some rats. There was a brick in our back patio that sunk into the ground, and it found a rat and tried to kill it. And I didn't know what it was. The rat must have gotten a part of his paw. He yelped, went, bruh, I was like, oh shit. So I'm like, he's like goes into his crate. He's licking his paw. I'm cleaning blood up. I'm trying to keep the chicken from burning on the grill. And she comes down crying because her hair was fucked up. And then I had to explain to her that her dog got into a fight with a rat. He doesn't have his goddamn rabies shots. Oh my God. How'd you let this happen? I was like, I was 10 feet away. I didn't know he was fucking fighting a goddamn alley rat. And then, yeah, and she basically says, you know, you got to watch him when you're in the backyard. It's like, I was watching him. I was grilling our dinner, and I was watching him. It was 5 seconds. Man, and it's just, like, once I was walking up to the beer store to buy 2 Stella Tall Boys, I was like, guys, I need 10 minutes. I need a little buffer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Look, I've met that dog. He's kind of a little shithead.
Yeah.
No offense, Sarah, but he's kind of a shithead. Mm-hmm. And he probably should have been fighting fucking city rats. He should know better. And I'm sorry about your hair. I can't do anything about that. But Wes was just trying to make you a nice dinner, and then your dog got out of hand trying to fucking bum fights a rat. And here we are.
Yeah.
But tell you what, talk to Kelly. She's got a great stylist. She's affordable. Might want to pass it along.
All right.
I have to ask, Wes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it bad? Is it that bad?
No, it's not that bad. But so I got an idea of what she wanted, and the stylist didn't do what she wanted, and she spent like over $300.
Yeah.
So I mean, like the thing is, like if you're spending that money and you don't get what you want, I sympathize with the woman on this, because I know the stylist she's been going to for the last like 4 or 5 years, and every time she came back walking on fucking air, floating, like doing spins, and her hair's like, look at this, and I'm like, damn, baby, that's just. Whew,
see, that's the thing though. That's true, because Kelly's the same way. Like, and she's got color in her hair, and so like it's a whole fucking thing, man. Like that. The state of Kelly's hair is like a process that has happened over like a year and a half of visits that has like slowly, you know, like, and that's how they do shit. Like, and I somewhat get it, because like I grow my hair out and like I've got to go through like weird stages of it, but it's just a fucking regular ass haircut. It's just variations of length. Like, and to be fair, I am prissy and I get pissed off about my haircut. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I'm not even getting like colors and shit. Like, so I do understand it, because Kelly be coming back and she's like, see, it's all the way down to the root. That's what I needed, because I got these whites. And I'm like, yeah, baby, looks great.
Right.
Good stuff.
My question though is, Wes, like, did it turn out in a way? Do you care? I mean, I'm being honest. Like, I get that she cares because she paid for something that she wanted specifically done and didn't get done in that specific manner. But did it turn out like, hey, maybe you got something better than you wanted? Maybe you didn't know you wanted this, and it turned out. Or is it just like, nah, she didn't get what she paid for?
Yeah,
you can't say that.
I know what you're talking about. And when you said like, hey, maybe this isn't what you wanted, but I'm looking at this from a different lens, and it looks really fucking good. While it doesn't look bad, I can tell it's just not her a little bit, if that makes sense. That definitely like, and apparently a lot of this fell on deaf ears. Like she was objecting to some of this stuff being done. They're like, baby, don't worry about it. Oh, it's fine. And, you know, and this isn't like, you know, me getting my haircut taking 15 minutes and like, hey, what the hell happened back there? Oh, nothing, sir. And 15 minutes later, I'm like, something don't feel right. I mean, this is like, you know, a 2-hour plus appointment, you know, and you're sitting there fucking trying to explain to someone you're not doing this shit right. Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
blowout balayages and shit. Words we don't even fucking understand.
They ain't even in this new dictionary that we're going to get to later.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
But see, I ask all this too because it's like, okay, and I know we've brought her up 1,000 times, but like the Kate Gosling, like Flock of Seagulls haircut, like, okay, ma'am, how would you like your hair done? Okay, so I want it to be at like a 45-degree angle in the back. Like I want a big mound of hair right up by the crown, and then I want it to slowly shrink to nothing by the time it gets to my neck. And then right here, I'd like a part, and I'd like that part to be coiffed over, heavily hairsprayed, and then I'd like you to shave it down at an angle, again, about 45 degrees on top. And then we're going to do some bangs. Can you do that for me? And then the stylist is like, I got something. And she doesn't do that because that's insane, that haircut. And then it's like she looks a million times better. She didn't get the haircut she wanted, but maybe she got the haircut she needed.
Yeah. No, I understand.
That's the fucking game.
You know what I ought to do? I ought to create a fake business card and then come back tomorrow and say, hey, someone recommended a stylist. And just on there, it says Edward Scissorhands.
That's how you get murdered. See, like you're not married, but that's how marriages end.
Yeah,
like, No, that relationship is over tomorrow if you enter that business.
You
card.
might want to think about that one.
Just steer clear of the dickhead jokes like that. Okay,
hilarious.
Okay,
yeah, I think it's great. I mean, I love Sarah, so I would. If this was like another one of the exes, I might go out on a limb and say, go for it. Just for comedic effect. I'd be fine with it. I really like Sarah, though. And if I nudged you towards anything like that, Kelly might murder me.
Gotcha.
Because Kelly loves Sarah.
Right.
So,
can't be culpable. Can't be in cahoots. Yeah.
So basically, keep that one in your pocket.
Because that's why this relationship is fizzling.
We tell that story all the time.
That's Murr. We'll have to, when we get together off camera, I'll have to give you the skinny on that one. So it was crazy. It was a crazy night. Although when she got out of the shower, she did say the length isn't as bad as I thought it was. So it just took a shower, but she still wasn't happy with it. So we're back on the hunt. We're gonna have to figure this out in probably somewhere between 4 to 6 months. That's another thing too. She was like, I don't like this. What am I gonna be able to afford it in 6 fucking weeks if I want to get it fixed? And I was like, yeah, shit, dropping like close to like a half a G on fucking hair in 6 weeks.
Maybe raking bitches over the coals.
Yeah,
Jesus. Like that's why so Kelly's stylist, she went to high school with her and she hooks her up. Like, so for all the things she does, she should pay like $300 probably a session. 300
Jesus,
plus.
man.
But she pays like $160 or something. You know what I mean? Which is like reasonable.
Are you guys telling me to go to cosmetology school? Is that what you guys are telling me to do?
Oh yeah. If you get in on that, those bitches are smart. Like some of them. You might have to develop like a quick like pill addiction real quick and then get better and then go to fucking cosmetology school because that's kind of how it works. But I mean, you can make some money.
Wasn't there a movie where Adam Sandler plays this that you don't mess with the Zohan? You could have like a theme like that, And that's a bad movie. That ain't even a good bad movie. That's just bad. That almost ruined his career.
No, that's a fucking phenomenal movie. Scrappy Coco? Yeah, that's a fucking great character. That's up there, bro. Scrappy Coco is top fucking 5 Adam Sandler character.
By the way, top 5, I watched. I had to do it. We got into the Dundee talk. I know it made its rounds on social media, so I decided I was going to go watch me some Crocodile Dundee, see if I was talking out of school or not. No, I'm right. I'm 100% right, Wes. Crocodile Dundee is a top 100 movie character. Yes. However, I will say this: there's a specific reason why you don't see Crocodile Dundee playing on the just on the premiums anymore these days. It's a very problematic movie by today's standards.
Oh, does it have kind of racist overturns and things like that, or sexist?
Not racist per se. I would say homophobic and transphobic scenes. Like two of the big gags in both movies are gayness and transiness. And because I think in the first one he grabs a guy's dick because he's like hitting on him at a bar, and it's like, I've been trying to tell you, man, that's a guy. He's like, that ain't a guy. And he grabs the crotch. He's like, it is a guy. And then they basically mock the guy out of the, the bar. Yeah, there's a few problems there. Yeah. But still, I looked it up, written by Paul Hogan himself, and that son of a bitch, him and his brother wrote his brother wrote both those movies. And he got to bang his co-star and marry her, and she's hot as shit.
Wow, shit, even better. Since I know this now, I definitely top 100, maybe top 75. And you said, was it Coco?
You're just weird.
Is Coco Chanel, or what was his name?
Scrappy Coco.
Scrappy Coco.
That was his fake name when he went to America.
Is he top hundo?
Nah, probably not top hundo of all time.
Okay, all right.
That's a lot. That's a stretch.
All right. Well, hey, look, we're going to get to the Webster's dictionary came out with some new words. We're going to get that and before you go. But first, before Fun Fact Friday, I haven't seen a date on this, but the coronation of previously Prince Charles, now King Charles. That's what happens when that's the
when mommy dies.
That's the natural order of events. If you're slated to become the king, can't find a gig or a prominent British musical artist to perform at his coronation. He's been turned down by the likes of the Spice Girls, Harry Styles, and his own Sir Elton John. There's a few others on this list. Just flat out said, hey, man, can't do it. Ed Sheeran, Adele, let's see, Lionel Richie, Robbie Williams, Ollie Murs. I didn't even know who the fuck that is. But all of them said, hey, man, scheduling conflicts. You're the king. Can't you say whatever you were doing, cancel that and perform at my coronation?
I mean, you would think like a more respected man.
I'm the king. You're gonna do what I tell you to do.
You have a show at Wembley. Oh, hold on 1 second. I just heard that Wembley Stadium's been condemned.
Like he look, if he was the king, if this was 200 years ago, he could have had Adele fucking thrown in the stocks and fucking brought to Wembley to sing fucking, whatever song she sings.
Yeah.
But fucking...
You don't know an Adele song?
Yeah, I couldn't think of one off the top of my head. Look, I told you, I'm not 100%. All right, goddamn it. But fucking, yeah, this King Charles, 2023 King Charles, nah, ain't nobody trying to do that shit. He sucks. He's not even cool. Look, Elizabeth was like kind of cool, right? Like even us, we were like, "Oh, she died." That's kind of sad.
It's the only royalty we knew, more or less. Not exactly. More or less.
So like,
less.
We watched King Charles be a shithead to Princess Diana. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of reasons for us as a general public who aren't British to be like, meh.
Well, I think that's what's so, in the face about this is that, we could care less because we're Americans and fuck them. But they're British. Like, this is supposed to be their whip. Like, people mock them globally because it's like, you still have a monarchy, yet you have a parliament, and then when it's time to step up and, like, celebrate this, whatever this facade is that they still portray in the public, everybody's like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Hey, this is okay. First of all, I have to retract a statement. Lionel Richie, Ollie Murs, and then a band called Take That are apparently on minus Robbie Williams are on deck. They feel like they're going to be approached. Everyone I said before that said they couldn't do it. But here's my real question: the Spice Girls turned it down. What scheduling conflict? Are you performing at the fucking Borgata in Atlantic City around that time, and that supersedes King Charles' coronation?
I think they've been trying to get the Spice Girls to do like a reunion tour kind of thing for a while. So if they got together for this, it would ruin the bottom dollar. Mm-hmm. Like they wouldn't be able to like suck up all that cash.
Plus, like honestly, they could probably play a club show in Reno before they play King Charles's fucking coronation at this point. You know what I mean? Like
the Golden Nugget at Reno, cares. Right?
Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, someone cares. Yeah. No one cares?
No, nobody cares.
Mm.
Well, okay. Man, in this, see, I've been watching a lot of Oasis interviews with the Gallagher brothers. Because I recently came across, I was like, what song I'd like to hear I haven't heard in a long time is like Don't Look Back in Anger. It's a fucking classic song. Great fucking 90s tune. And then I'm like, man, what the fuck happened with these guys? So I've been watching all these interviews with the Gallagher brothers, and apparently they just don't like each other. Liam's a dickhead, but this would be a time where you could say, I'm King Charles, and I'd like Oasis to perform at my coronation. And then you would be a global hero. You could grab in, like, the masses, not just in the British Isles and Great Britain as a whole, but I'm talking, like, internationally. You could have brought back, like, the Wild Stallions came together to save the world.
Yeah, but see, like, that's the problem. You can't do that. Like, no one has that power.
Yeah, like, because the Wild Stallions are from the future. You can't do that.
Not even the coronation. Like, The last time, there's a famous story about when like the fucking, I don't even know which one's which, fucking Liam like threw a temper tantrum all drunk and didn't sing, and Noel had to go out and sing. I think this was their unplugged.
It
maybe.
is.
And then fucking Noel has to go out and sing, and then Liam sits in the crowd and heckles his brother singing their song. Like they are fucking broken. You can't put them together.
Yeah. It's 100% true what Alan just said. He sat in the balcony right up off stage and just heckled his brother while his brother had to take over lead vocals.
Who is the better writer but the less talented singer? Like, it's a shit show. Like,
so he's the Garfunkel of Oasis. Is that
well,
kind of
somewhat.
I agree with Alan when you say less talented, but like if Liam is like a 9 as a lead singer, like Noel is an 8.
Okay,
like there's not
incredible.
Gotcha, it's like it's like 1A and 1B. There's not that much of a difference.
Gotcha.
And then like Liam was just a dickhead. Like Noel was like, "Hey man, maybe do this part a little different because I wrote it with this in mind." And Liam was like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit. I'm a 9, you're an 8." And like that was it. And we lost one of the greatest artistic bands. Maybe, I don't know. Could honestly say that they might have been fucking. They had one really good album. They could have sucked for the rest of their lives. We have no idea. But they had a banger, and we were like, oh, they're amazing.
Well, that's always the what if. So why doesn't Charles and I'm saying this out of sheer ignorance, cabinet, advisors, his staff, court. Why didn't think outside the box? I don't know. Hit up the Wu-Tang Clan or something. I think meth, doing meth and Inspector Deck doing abomatomically Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses.
I would feel like they should go after like all those like UK drill cats that wear like balaclavas and fucking run around like the fucking hood in like London and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like that's probably who they should get. Something very urban and something urban in England.
Yeah, okay. Well, that might help, whitewash over the, the whole racism thing for kicking their black daughter-in-law out of the entire family forever.
Were the Kinks from England? Yeah, English rock band, the Kinks. Get them up there and do Lola, a song about a trainee that you fell in love with. God, amazing.
Why can't Crocodile Dundee has anything to say about it?
They don't want his kangaroo ass up there. Oh, right. You're right. Sorry. Missed that reference from
Get out of here, prisoner.
Yeah. Well, good luck to the king. I hope you're going to get some second-rate band, but who cares, right? I mean, does it really matter? What are we after?
Honestly, nobody cares anymore. We know you're king. It's done.
Yeah, but you would say, with yes, we haven't had a coronation in what? When was 55? Right?
Yeah, it was a long fucking time ago. It was like 70 plus years ago.
Yeah, but since when now do we have to get Sir Elton John to perform at your coronation?
Yeah, well, okay, here's the thing is like, okay, Sir Elton John's technically a knight, right? Paul McCartney is technically a knight.
Mm-hmm.
What's his face? The guy with the fucking flock of seagulls haircut, the original Kate Gosling haircut. If you want my body,
Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart, Sir Rod Stewart. Like you've got like a whole slew of knights. Shouldn't the fucking king be able to order his knights to be like, you shall perform at my coronation? No.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. You have knights like Elton John and fucking Rod Stewart, and not like armor clad,
right?
War
round
heroes. Table knights. These are different types of knights.
Yeah,
they were like, thanks for the fucking fancy jewelry. I play piano.
Yeah, these guys have
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really the same.
These gentlemen have slayed two things: music and sex partners. And I didn't say women because Sir John is in there. So, and goes to him. Well, we'll see. They have a date yet? I did not see a date on this. Do we know?
I have no idea because they can't get a fucking artist.
It's to be determined.
It's got to be set for like dead middle of summer for Britain because otherwise it's already rainy and dreary all year anyway. But like you got to get that 170-degree sunny day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Plus we got to see a fucking one of those Royal Guard pass out from heat in that fucking like bison hat. You know what I mean?
You can't conflict with Wimbledon either. You can't be having conflicts like that.
That's way more important. You can definitely get Adele to fucking perform there.
Yeah, right. Hell yeah, she'll do the opening ceremony. Maybe that's why. Maybe she's double booked. Yeah. All right. Well, good luck to King Charles and his cabinet on finding an act.
I guess.
I'd say Wu-Tang. If I can listen, King Charles is gonna die. Wu-Tang is forever. Right?
Get Jurassic 5 back together.
Get the J5 back together. All right. Mr. Murr, let's expand our minds. I know you have 7 facts because the last time we spoke was a week ago. And in those 7 days, you found 5 facts that are worthy for the middle class holes.
That's right. Let's get to it. Your mental floss. Amazing facts, of course, brought to you by our good friends over at the Shin Splints Recovery Group. If you got any pain below the knee and above the ankle, find our friends at the Shin Splints Recovery Group on Facebook. Also being brought to you by the Flat Earth Science, the advocates for truth. Mm-hmm. They're out there. The truth is out there.
I was going to say, if you think your shin splints are caused by the curvature of the earth, do we have a second group for you?
Yes, it is. Listen, they are not detailing the fact that the earth is flat. They are in search for the truth of the flat earth. They're looking for the facts, and they need you to help provide some of those facts to help create a sturdy, flat foundation for their group. Find them.
Based on your personal running data.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flat Earth Science advocates for truth.
Send in all your data from your Fitbit. They'll take a peek.
Mm-hmm.
They'll figure it out.
We'll analyze it. We'll get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not me. I'm not part of them, but they will.
You haven't joined?
I mean, look, I was trying to retain an air of, neutrality. But fun fact, folks, I'm behind the curtain.
Okay. All right. Did you know in 1986 a law was put on the books in the UK that made it a crime for anyone to, quote, handle salmon in suspicious circumstances? It was meant to go after illegal fisheries, but it certainly isn't worded that way. The law was later amended to cover all types of fish. Because that was the confusing part.
That was the confusing part.
Yeah. Is it unless you're like selling it at a fish market or cooking it, everything else is suspicious. That's almost like a weird stop and frisk rule. Like, hey, what you got there? Salmon. It looks suspicious, sir. Go to that fucking wall. Let me fucking pat you down. See what you got.
Could you imagine that you get pulled over? The constable's like, what you got? Why do you have a salmon and seat belted to your front seat? No, constable, that is a mackerel. Fuck off.
Right.
Okay, I've broken no such laws here. Like, what? It's the weirdest law. Why would you do that?
Unless, was salmon, you said in the 80s, so no, salmon wouldn't have been suspicious in the UK at that point. I'm just saying, like, maybe if it was dated and someone was like, what the hell are you doing with salmon here? It's some illegal food trade, but again, that's
even though salmon was like a UK animal.
No, not at all. That's why I was saying, like, but he said the 80s, so I'm assuming by the 80s they had some sort of influx or some sort of trade route of salmon into the country.
Oh, there is salmon. Wow, who knew?
There's they can catch
British
it there?
salmon.
British salmon, literally. Like, here's the most popular.
Probably a bunch of pretentious assholes.
West Wales coracle salmon. Got that Scottish wild salmon. That's the drunk stuff. And then the Scottish farmed salmon, not quite as tasty.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all sound pretty suspicious to me. Just to let you know.
Well, I think of this like, hey, look, one of the salmon is Welsh, and the trope around Welsh people is that there aren't a lot of things out there except sheep and themselves. So maybe at some point Welsh salmon got the sheep treatment, and the Parliament was like, listen, guys, can't be handling salmon in odd ways.
Right.
It's unusual. We can't be having it. And the Welsh were like, try us.
You also picture this, because there had to have been a time, and I'm not saying I was an advocate. All I'm doing is pinpointing facts, is that homosexuality at one point, likely in the UK or England, was illegal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I mean.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like busting in, thinking, you got a search warrant, you're like, yeah, we're going to catch these guys in the act, and they are in the act, and they also have some salmon in the house. Goddamn bunch of sickos. Knew it. Book them, cuff them, get them out of here.
Salmon's a dead giveaway.
One of them looks at the other one's like, I told you not to buy the goddamn salmon.
Did you know a gigafire is a wildfire that destroys 1 million acres of land?
I did not.
Well, if you had a PC, you'd know that. A gig. Gig's 1,000 megs, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Tera's 1,000 gigs.
Yes.
So is it a million bits?
A megabyte is a 1,000 bytes.
So it's a million bytes?
A million bytes is a gigabit. Yeah.
Boom. Look at that.
Yeah.
Math.
No.
I like it.
So yeah, I would have guessed that it was a million something, but I wouldn't have guessed that it was land on fire.
I mean, you just realize the hellscape that exists when you have 1 million acres burned to the ground, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I got to sweep up them forest leaves, baby. Can't be having those forest leaves on the ground catching fire from them Jewish space lasers.
That's right.
It's a massive fucking liability.
You stole my thunder or my fire, because I was about to bring that up. Don't be where they want to build a speeding bullet train.
Oh, Jesus.
Got to clear it out with wildfires.
Did you know Gidget, the Chihuahua made famous as Taco Bell's spokes dog, also played the mom to Ella Wood's beloved pup Bruiser in Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde.
So Taquero Taco Bell also was casted in Legally Blonde Dos?
No, it was the mother of the dog that was cast in Legally Blonde Dos.
Oh, gotcha.
Also,
okay,
also, Taquero Taco Bell was a girl dog, not a boy dog.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, they didn't shoot it. They didn't shoot it from the ground up, believe it or not. All you saw was
They did not.
You didn't see any bits or bites.
There was no taquito on that dog.
Yeah. Only a chalupa inverted. Sorry. Yeah. No, that's interesting. That's it. Got a good bloodline. You know, like horses when they like say so and so sired winners such as blah 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 blah. You know when they're like trotting the horses out for the Kentucky Derby, and they give you the bloodline. Yeah,
They do that shit. The Westminster Dog Show is the same way. I always catch a little bit of that.
Here's my question.
Go ahead.
You guys are more up to speed on horse racing than I am. Like, has there ever been like a really prominent horse that's been come from the bloodline of like, say, like Secretariat or any of the other horses that I can't name?
So, not in the sense of like producing a Triple Crown winner. These horses have produced horses that have won money in races that you wouldn't know about, like the Aqueduct, something or other at Santa Anita or like these places where people just go to bet on horses in San Diego or fucking Fresno, California.
Yeah. No, they like if you watch any like Triple Crown race and just listen to like the introductions, they will tell you that they sired or like were sired from someone else that like probably ran something in the last like 3 years. Like you're not getting a horse now that's like Secretariat seed.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's probably like a small like 3 to 5 year window like after they win, they are prominent that you will see like their sires, I guess. So yeah, like next time fucking Kentucky Derby's on, they'll be like, here comes fucking Pinocchio's fucking hand job, and he was fucking so and so's second cousin. It's like nobody cares. Nobody cares about horses like that. That's watching this. This is the only horse race I watch all fucking year.
Yeah,
don't care.
Well, I asked that because, like, you know, doing what I do, we get some packaging sometimes, and it's a big, giant blue container that, like, has some steam coming out the side because it's fucking, like, freeze-dried or fucking has dry ice inside of it. And it's like a fucking... It's like an alien cocoon full of fucking horse jizz that goes to these local, horse breeding farms. And I'm like, okay, is this just a big ruse? Because Secretariat came out of nowhere and just had an enlarged heart, which made it like the greatest horse of all time.
Hold on, listen. None of those horses are just like sired or born. Like Secretariat didn't come out of some podunk town like, damn, that horse is fast. All those thoroughbreds are bred by other thoroughbreds. All right. He was one in a gajillion. And you're right. He did have a heart the same, but no, he wasn't like, I don't know, a donkey and a fucking, a Budweiser Clydesdale. Just happened to make fucking Secretariat. All right, let's not.
Yeah, like you don't get like Bob Fellers of horse racing. You know what I mean? Like Dad built a field in the cornfield, and now he's the fucking World Series winner. Like, no, that's the same shit. Like back in the day, where like any of us three may have had a legitimate shot to play a sport. You know what I'm saying? Like those times are gone. Like. I've been reading fucking a book about like the 40s Indians, and it's like, yeah, they literally was just some guys. Like everywhere was just guys on baseball teams playing like Satchel Paige, and it was like us three. We're like, we should fucking start a fucking baseball team and barnstorm some places out in fucking West Virginia, play against Bob Feller, like we know what we're doing. And yeah, so no, that never happens with horses. They're all fucking genetically engineered to not win Triple Crowns.
Are you talking about the 46 team that beat the Boston Braves?
Yes. So I got a book for you. I'll give it to you. We can talk about it offline. But yeah, I've been reading a book about them.
Rocky Colavito and that team. Sorry, I'm nerding out. This is a fun fact. That's just a fact about my life. In college, was taking a young lady out for a date. Limited funds, and I was, let's go see a movie. And of course, I go and see the infamous movie Seabiscuit. And then my fraternity brothers catch wind of it. And for some reason, they would not let me hear the end. They thought that was the dorkiest fucking thing that anyone could have ever done for a date. I was like, Jesus Christ, I took her to a goddamn movie. But yeah, it was Seabiscuit. That's nerdy as fuck, Wes. And then there's like newspapers got delivered to the house where they were advertising, selling televisions. And on the televisions, they had Seabiscuit photoshopped in the TV. And those guys cut them out, taped them to my door. God, Christ. I couldn't date her again just based off of shitty merit.
My question is like, how did you look? You had to be a persuasive young man to be like, hey, baby, let's go on a date. What should we go see at the fucking cinema that has 3 theaters in Cumberland? And you were like, I'll tell you what, we should watch this Great Depression horse racing movie. I think it'll really get the juices flowing.
Okay,
Tobey Maguire was fresh off the heels of Spider-Man, and it was a feel-good story. It's based off true events. Disney produced.
It's a safe movie, and I guarantee at the time that Seabiscuit came out, it was probably a November release, and there ain't shit in the theaters except for like the movie that's potentially got Oscar-worthy nominations in it. And so I'm going to defend Wes. He just needed to get the ice broken for 2 hours of,
Right. I debated pulling the popcorn trick where it cut the bottom out.
Here's the real
question.
Better did you go to the Chinese buffet for dinner?
Oh, no, we did not. We did not do that. We did not do that. Unfortunately, I think I had enough money for ticket. God, this is going on like close to 20 years ago. I think it was movie tickets and a couple drinks afterwards.
Look, you got a Gianni's.
Yeah. Yeah. And this was, by the way, this was in Frostburg. This was up behind Sheets.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you just smuggled in a fucking turkey pretzel melt at that point. Could get you a schmisket.
We smuggled in some vodka. We enjoyed some of that.
Oh, of course you did.
Got a nice large Sprite and a pint of vodka. Yeah. Anyway, Seabiscuits. It's an okay movie.
Did you know? Computer scientist Jennifer Allen created the initialism, which is a word I was not aware of until I just read it, ASMR, for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. In a Facebook post, Allen used the term meridian to imply orgasm without actually saying it.
Weird.
Man, that's a bunch of words I don't know. I don't even want to think about it anymore.
All it is like making weird mouth sounds to get a dude hard. That's what ASMR stands for.
I didn't know that's what initialism meant. Huh.
Yeah, initialism, basically acronym.
It's an acronym, right?
Yeah. But I guess technically, doesn't an acronym spell something else?
I think it does. I think
so.
Right.
Like it's a pronounceable thing. So like NORAD, is like. Fuck! I picked one I can't fucking remember.
Yeah, Northern Organization. Yeah.
Like
you can't just.
Yeah, no, I used to know what it is. It's kind of like a NATO.
PETA.
People for Ethical Treatment of Animals. There we go. Yeah. So So that's an acronym.
NATO, motherfucker. You just went over that.
Yeah, I know. North American Treaty Organization. Yeah. Or no, North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
North Atlantic Treaty Organization. NORAD. Something about shooting things something that failed during 9/11. I know that.
I know the D stands for defense. I know the N stands for North.
I think it's the North American. Oh wow! This doesn't. I don't even understand how that makes sense. The North American Aerospace Defense Command.
So
but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, it's the military. Doesn't have to make sense.
That's right.
It has to work.
I guess so. NORAD.
We've been taking out balloons for months, so it fucking works.
Right?
And finally, did you know, in 1921, the Waldorf Astoria in New York became the first restaurant to offer a children's menu in an effort to recoup losses from Prohibition. Kid-friendly offerings included broiled lamb chops, flaked chicken over broiled rice, and prune whip.
What the fuck is flaked chicken? That sounds like white people stuff. That's that sounds like it's very dry and only lightly seasoned. That's yeah.
We've come a long way from grilled cheese and chicken fingers for the kids menu.
Right.
Let me tell you that.
Yeah. I think that honestly what happened was that they made mom and dad's dinner and they just scraped the pan. They're like, it's flaked chicken.
Yeah, bits. Christ.
Yeah, what does it mean to flake chicken?
And you said the Waldorf in Newark?
New York.
Okay. I was about to say, I didn't know there was a Waldorf Astoria in Newark, New Jersey.
God damn, that's fancy.
The satellite office. No wonder they were hard pressed. Because I've been to the Waldorf in New York City. Weirdly enough, got invited to a wedding that I had no business being at.
Shoot. That's a fancy wedding. Was it black tie?
Yeah, I actually didn't even own a suit at that point. Yeah. Good.
No, black tie's tuxedo, bro.
No, we went to Joe Banks and got a suit. That's what I did. It was fun. It was good. I mean, it was a great time. So.
Yeah, better be for that kind of money.
Yeah, I didn't pay a lick.
Yeah.
I actually went down. I was waiting for someone because I got invited to the rehearsal dinner. I said because I was friends of the family, and they were like, "Oh, we'll kind of throw you a bone. That way, you're not just chilling in the hotel room for 4 or 5 hours or something like that." So I was like, "All right." Well, I went downstairs and got a beer. And mind you, this is like 2005. A Pilsner Urquell was $9. It's like, whoo, I'll have one. I'll enjoy this.
New York.
I'll enjoy this one beer.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm going to substitute teaching. Ugh. Wasn't making that kind of.
Give you a surprise.
Wasn't making that kind of cake.
Gosh, that's like $2 at the rendezvous.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right?
Money goes a long way.
We went there for a concert. Me and like a couple of fraternity brothers of ours, and we went there for a concert. And we were still in college. We were like 23, and fucking, I remember buying a pack of cigarettes. And was like, "Excuse me? Did you just ask me for $10 for these Marlboro Lights? Bitch, it is 2006. This inflation hasn't happened like this yet. Like what? No, you cannot." That shit was crazy.
At the Waldorf?
No, just in New York.
Oh. It's like, damn, you went to a concert at the Waldorf. I didn't know they did those things. Yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well, goddamn, I didn't get the children's menu. What were we going to say, Murr?
Oh, no, I was going to wrap it up.
Wrap it up, B.
And that, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
All right, on tonight's Before You Go, I didn't know if this was actually from Merriam-Webster, but it just says dictionary. Put out a list of new or revised terms in the dictionary. So it's 313 new entries 130 new definitions, and 1,140 revised definitions. I'm not going to go over all these. There's just way too many. But some of the favorites that I picked out. First off, cakeage. Noun, a fee charged by a restaurant for serving cake brought to you from the outside.
Oh, like a corkage fee.
Yeah.
Or corkage fee.
Corkage fee. Yeah. Nearly
wet. Wait, hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
So you're at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I want a slice of carrot cake, but your carrot cake shit. So I'm going to order it from the Waldorf Astoria.
No.
It's more like if you had like a, let's say you had like a little like birthday party dinner or something, but you brought an outside cake, like a whole cake, to like do a little cake, like, you know what I mean? Or like, because I've seen restaurants, like I've worked in restaurants, West, maybe you've seen it too, like,
yeah,
where people will have like a little birthday party at like an Applebee's, and it's like, well, you're cheap, but they brought a nice cake from somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you're already putting yourself through Applebee's food, you might as well get a cake that you like. Like, and then, so now I get it. Like, they're like, well, now, like you bring a bottle of wine to a hookah bar, you got to pay me to bring your cake to my restaurant.
Okay. All right.
You get what I'm saying?
Cake.
Yeah.
Cakeage. Nearly wed, a person who lives with another life partner, sometimes engaged, with no plan of a wedding date, sometimes no intention of even marrying.
That exists because of millennials. That's our fault.
It's an interesting term.
Sounds
Wesley.
Like someone I know. North Pole. This is crap. It's the opposite of a South Pole. Liminal space, a state or place characterized by being transitional or intermediate in some way.
Well, since we don't understand like 90% of those words, what's the next one?
That's right.
Wait, hold on, pause. What was the word again?
Liminal space. L-I-M-I-N. Okay.
What was that?
What was
What was the word? Like, was that the word?
Yeah.
What you saying? Liminal space?
Yeah.
Liminal space.
That's new?
It's been officially coronated, like King Charles, into the dictionary.
Oh, I gotcha.
Gotcha. So we also get Southern Ocean, which is just the surrounding bodies of water around the Antarctic Ocean. Rage farming, a tactic of intentionally provoking political opponents, typically by posting inflammatory content on social media in order to elicit angry responses and thus high engagement or widespread exposure from the original poster. Rage farming.
Finally, there we go. Now that's a word that deserves to exist. Yeah, absolutely.
Trauma dumping, unsolicited, one-sided sharing of traumatic or intensely negative experiences or emotions in an appropriate setting or with people who are unprepared for the interaction. This is one. I was trying to find this earlier. You had brought this up, kind of, I think. It's still, the context I still think fits. Pink washing, an instance or practice of acknowledging or promoting the civil liberties of the LGBTQ plus community, but superficially as a ploy to divert attention from allegiances and activities that are in fact hostile to such liberties. No, that wasn't it. The next one is it. Sorry, that was something similar.
I don't know. Okay, what? Hold on. Just in layman's terms, since you just read it, and I'm having a hard time following here. What is pink washing?
Acknowledging or promoting.
I think it's like whitewashing or like sports washing. You know what I mean? Like they talk about sports washing with like Saudi Arabia and like Live Golf and like even my beloved Newcastle. Like, I think it's the same thing. It's like
it's a superficial promoting of the LGBTQ
you're using
community.
This thing. You're using this thing, this platform, which would be like LGBTQ rights and whatnot, to kind of gloss over the fact or like paint over the fact that you're like, fuck gays, or you know what I mean, like, or that you donate to like anti-gay legislation. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, shit,
so like what M&M's did with their characters this past Super Bowl, like where they're like, "Well, we love the LGBTQ community. That's why we made all of our M&M's be a different type." And then it's like, "Oh shit, we're in trouble. We're gonna pull them all off the market." Just kidding.
Yeah. I think that was like. I think that you could maybe like flash that in there. Like I know, like the example, like I said, with Saudi Arabia and Live Golf is like they're using that. They're using like Live Golf and like buying a Premier League soccer team to kind of gloss over the fact that they behead people and hack up American journalists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Perfect.
Like, oh, Westerners love us because of sports teams, but also hack.
That's exactly right. And then this is the one. I'm sorry, I misspoke. This was the one that I think you alluded to earlier. I was trying to find it, couldn't find it. It's called queer baiting, a marketing technique involving intentional homoeroticism or suggestions of LGBTQ plus themes intended to draw in a said audience without explicit inclusion of openly LGBTQ relationships, characters, or people.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably more like your M&M's one, right?
Yeah,
that's probably like the M&M's example,
mm-hmm.
Or like using like a not actual transsexual person for a transsexual role. Does that make sense? Like, you know how like Asians were like, well, you didn't even use an Asian. You just dressed up fucking Milton Berle, or you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
You put Milton Berle next to RuPaul and had him go out and do a goddamn award show together, and expected something great.
Yeah.
And it was great.
By the way, that's another thing with Crocodile Dundee. Very strict Asian stereotypes in that movie as well.
Them Australians definitely stereotype Asians.
Yeah.
Oh, they do karate on a guy in the subway, and then they take his picture, and then they speak very broken English.
This is coming abrosexual. Noting or relating to a person whose sexual orientation is fluid or fluctuates over time.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of these I like want to get into. Petfluencer, person who gains large following on social media by posting entertaining images, videos of their cat, dog, or other pet.
That's fine. That I like. That's fine. Again, like the rage posting. That's good. I like me likey.
Okay.
The next one, I want to guess the definition. Find one that I can guess the definition to.
You can get like
one that's not obvious.
One that's not obvious?
Yeah.
Okay. TIFO. TIFO.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
I know.
Yeah.
I probably know what that is, don't I?
It's a soccer term, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. TIFO. It's okay. If it's a soccer term, okay. So TIFO, where you pretend to be really into a specific soccer club, but you're really just an asshole that's just kind of like a bandwagoner, and so you don't really like actually care about the team or the sport. It's just you like to talk about it at a bar amongst friends.
Nope. Not even close.
Elaborate, but not even close.
It's the unity, pretty much the unity of having large banners, flags, signs, cards, to basically have like kind of a choreographed or unified celebration within the stadium.
Agree to disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, like here, I'll show you a good example of one. Just so you get
and I'm glad they added this. I use this as slang. Murr, I'm not going to ask you to, we'll find one for you to define here in a little bit, but the next one, until Alan gets it up. Do I have enough time, Alan?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Okay. Talmbout.
Talmbout?
Talmbout.
I mean, that makes
sense. Like I'm talking about something?
Yeah, and I'm so glad. TALMBOUT. Talmbout. Because I use that a lot when I'm talking amongst my friends. You know what I'm talking about? Woo!
So these are TIFOs. Like these big coordinated,
okay. Oh, that's massive, awesome.
Yeah, like so, like
that's what I'm talking about.
If you look at if you watch the video of this, like that. So this is Dortmund, and they're a mining town. So that's a miner. Like that, he literally rises from the bottom all the way to the top.
Oh shit!
Like that's a bigger, Like so, these are all moving, like living displays that these soccer teams put together.
That's wild.
It's bigger outside of England. Like England's starting to do it. Like we've been doing it in a couple other clubs, but like the Germans and the Italians, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go.
That is that. Yeah. Tifo. Okay, Murr. You might not know the definition of this, so I'm going to throw it your way. It's been added. Grundle.
They finally added Grundle?
They did. Sure
Does
did.
it say taint?
It does not have an alias. Just noun, slang, vulgar, the region between the anus and the genitalia, or perineum.
I wonder if that's one for taint too.
All right, so there's a couple political and current events. I'm not going to get into the woke is now a thing, but Murr, this is perfect for you. I got it. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
Cakeism.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Cakeism. Single word. It's a noun.
What's the first letter?
C.
Okay. Cakeism. Okay, that is when. Okay, a cakeism. That's when you are a baker and you stand behind your political beliefs and you refuse to create specialty cakes for parties and such that you don't believe in.
It's such a niche. Hold on. Let's say it here. Noun, the false belief that one can enjoy the benefits of two choices that are in fact mutually exclusive or have it both ways.
Have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Huh. That's stupid.
That's dumb. I was gonna say it was like I don't.
Both
eat
of
the
you
cake.
in unison, dumb.
I was hoping it was gonna be something like outlandish, like people who don't like. It's cake racism. It's like I don't eat white cakes or yellow cakes. I just only eat brown cakes. You know what I'm saying? Like if you guys were like somebody was like, "Well, what kind of cake you ordered dessert?" They got German double chocolate cake. No, thank you. I don't eat white cakes. You know what I mean? That's what I was hoping for.
Let me give you one more, Murr. There's a fair amount to get to, but this starts off. The definition starts off a right-wing ideology. So perfect. Eco-fascism or fascism.
Oh,
That's easy.
Eco-fascism. That's where
not really new, is it? I guess.
I don't think it's new. I mean, it's been added. Yeah, it's where people use the environment to create political policies that the right is going to disagree with.
Yep, that's it. Yep. So I figured I'd give you an easy one.
It's like a hippie commune. It's a cult. It's a totalitarian government that only wants to grow carrots.
Actually, microdosing has been added. Christ, I think I've been using it for decades. Yeah. I've heard people say that term for decades. Super Dodger, anyone who, for unverified reasons, remains uninfected or asymptomatic even after repeated exposure to contagious viruses.
Damn.
Yeah.
You mean from the Wuhan flu? Is that what you're talking about? The Kung flu?
I think it has more to do with herpes.
No, because I'll be honest. I have since pre-COVID, even pre-COVID, I literally have not been sick. This if this is the sickness, this is the first in fucking 4 years. So, and I honestly, even prior to all that, I don't get sick very often. Ever since I had my tonsils out, I just don't fucking get sick. It's unusual, but doctors said that that's kind of common, which is strange.
Well, it's probably good for your immune system. You got to get sick every now and then.
Tonsils are just garbage catchers, so they tend to get infected and shit like that. So
yeah, all right. We got going back to the political. We got burn pit, an often expansive area at or adjacent to base of operations used for. I'm not even going to read all that. Forever chemicals. Microtransaction, family office.
Microtransaction? They finally put that bitch in there?
They did. Is it under the health? It's 988, the telephone number for mental health crisis hotline. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you have it. You can check it out. We'll post this somewhere, I hope.
Is that the Oxford or the Merriam-Webster?
It did not. Hold on. Dictionary.
It's probably Merriam-Webster.
Dictionary.com.
I think. Oh, so it's not even. No, I think dictionary.com. Isn't that Merriam-Webster governed?
I think so.
I believe so.
Oxford, I know, is the one that loves putting out their words, but they're English, right? So,
fuck them.
Yeah. All right,
fuck
Alan.
Their language.
tell all the people who don't know how to use Merriam-Webster's English where you can find us, the middle class holes.
Well, you can find us on the Oxford English Dictionary website. No, you can check us out on all your favorite social media platforms. We're at MGL Class Holes on Instagram and Twitter. We're The Middle Class Holes on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. Fuck, I always forget about YouTube. Why didn't you guys say anything? And please, for your listening pleasures, check us out on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. That's right. Got to add YouTube in there.
That's right, because we do get a fair amount of stuff from YouTube.
Get to play on YouTube.
That's right. This week in the listener comments, we did get a one, not from a YouTube short, but from our YouTube video. Ice Cube's Good Day Date. Nip28 says, "Damn, that's crazy. Only my mom cared about my day."
Touche, sir.
Yeah. Mama cooked the breakfast.
Doesn't even care about my day.
Yeah. I called my mom. I was like, "Yo, I got a beat from Kim, and she can fuck all night, Mom. What should I do?" She was like, "Ah, man."
She was like, "Don't fucking call me again."
Cake tax or whatever it's called. Cakeism. Go over there.
Cakeism. I don't fucking eat no white cakes. Get that shit out of here.
Coming from the YouTube short video Gangrene, where I explained the schizophrenic patient who got his penis cut off in a full-blown
penis surgery.
Penis surgery. Penis.
Wait, didn't he try to like shoot his dick off and he missed and hit a ball?
Okay.
Hit a ball.
Years before that, he did try to shoot his penis off, missed, blew part of his scrotum off. Years later, he took a ring from somewhere around the house, and a common fit around your finger ring, and put it around his penis, and the penis then became gangrenous.
Yeah, lost all that blood.
And so they hacked it off. Carefree says, "This hurt me physically." A great YouTube name. Oh, I see you 812 said, "Why do I listen to this?" And
good question. Thank you, though.
The person's name is N, just the letter N. God,
nice.
Wow. These are like circa
the 15th person on YouTube.
I know.
I got on YouTube in 1997 before they even fucking invented it.
He types with spaces, W space H space A space T. What?
Fair.
Yeah.
It's a reasonable response, N.
That's right. Coming via another YouTube short, Napoleon's Package, where Murr gave us a fun fact about his phallus that got shipped all around Europe, wound up in New Jersey, I think. Bruce Wenlack said maybe he was a grower, not a shower. Did we ever consider such a thing?
Well, I know that Rasputin, the Russian mystic, his penis is also in the Penis Hall of Fame. There's like a penis museum in Iceland. Mm-hmm. And apparently, like, it barely fits in the jar. They had to swirl that bad boy around. So, yeah, whether he was a grower or a shower, I think he was both all at once. Huh. So that means Napoleon had a little dick. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah. He was a small guy, right?
Yeah.
Actually.
Not
by today's
standards, okay. But okay.
He was like 5'7", 5'6". He was like my height.
Yeah, he's taller than me.
Okay.
But they made him. They wanted to diminish his imposing stature.
Gotcha.
Even though he was a brilliant fucking general.
This is from two different social media platforms, TikTok and YouTube, but the same video, Belch from Hell. That's where I'm about to say something, and I just fucking let out a pretty good barf, and both of you guys commend me for it. James Robin 108 says that was a good one. And then California Citizens Watch says Howard Stern moment first again. Basically, kind of, because we got into a little bit of a back and forth, basically saying that this is a Stern bit that you stole. It's like, I didn't necessarily I didn't burp with the intention to be like, look at me, I'm Howard Stern. But either way, thank you for the comment.
Yeah, I would say, by the way, in the future, don't even call attention to it. Just do it. It's expected and loved.
Yeah.
And I thank you for comparing us to Howard Stern's show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Chris, call me Richard Christie. I don't care. Yeah. Anybody.
Call me fucking, what's her name? Robin?
Robin.
Yeah, call me Robin.
Robin Quivers. Who was also a graduate of the Broadcasting Institute of Maryland.
That's right.
My alum.
Does she have a 10-year-old Mac that she can't get rid of?
No.
I'll sit that on a T.
No. Yeah. And finally, we have an email. Keith Kern.
Oh, Keith.
Do you know Keith?
I know Keith.
Keith Kern writes in, says, I really enjoyed last week's show. I agree with Alan's picks on the gorillas and rats. Rats can chew through a lot. So that's a 10,000 rats. Now, this is where I got to get a bit confused. Maybe I was a bit drunk last week. He says, your story of the old folks getting lost made me wonder if Wes may suffer a similar fate searching for Batman's bat bunker. I said the bat lair, something, bat chamber. But what is it? Like, who's talking about old folks getting lost? Was that a fun fact?
Is he talking about the loofahs? The loofahs on
yeah, that's right. Yeah. The people they put specific colored loofahs because they quote unquote they all drive the same car, but different colored loofahs mean like I like to watch, I like to experience, I like to have my face sat on, I like to be pegged,
I like to touch tips, like all types of loofahs.
Yeah.
So many colors.
I like to have my garden hosed fit through my back window and sprayed on at all times. Looking forward to hearing what you all have to say next. So Keith, appreciate it, man. Keep the emails coming, and we'll keep chit chatting about it. We'll keep rapping.
One day, Wes will find the bat bunker, and we'll let you know how it goes.
The bat. I said bat chamber. God damn it!
It doesn't really matter what you said. You didn't say bat cave.
Yeah. Well.
I remember it's like it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt looking for the bat chamber, and we're like. The fucking bat chamber.
I was like, the fucking bat chamber?
Oh, all right, y'all. Well, hey, man, March is here. I don't know if spring's coming around anytime soon in your neck of the woods, but I hope so.
I don't think it's coming around in ours either.
It's the oddest thing I've ever heard.
Wait, that I want good weather for other people?
Yeah, I just still to sign off a show with like, I hope your day outside's good soon.
I hope you can stop wearing jackets and start wearing shorts.
All right, I hope you know what? It's March, and I hope a fucking fire ant crawls through your penis and clits. All right?
There we go.
Have a good one, kids.